ahead, school is starting soon, and several northern Wisconsin schools are hoping to pass a referendum to maintain operations. How one school district is hoping to spread the word about the importance of its referendum. Plus, a local business played its part in honoring veterans. We'll tell you why the Honor Guard is dedicated to helping them. And a Northwood school district is hoping to lighten the load for parents. We'll show how the school lunch company is able to afford making breakfast and lunch free for elementary students. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 at 10 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Morgan Johnson. Merrill Public Schools is looking for more funding after its spring referendum failed. The district has pushed off maintenance projects and increased class sizes after losing millions of dollars in funding. They're now asking the public to help pass an operational referendum on November 8th. Newswatch 12's Jessica Jukic explains the importance.
When our referendum failed in April, that left us with some budget choices, some tough budget choices, and so we had to make some cuts, and that impacts kids.
This year, the Merrill area public schools lost $2.5 million in local funding after its spring referendum failed. The district had to resort to trimming its upcoming budget by eliminating 8 full-time positions that were open through retirement and attrition.
Our largest expense is usually staff, so teachers, our support staff, all levels of staffing, and what that ends up happening is less opportunities for kids, less services. Sometimes we have to cut classes, we might have larger class sizes, we may have to cut certain programs, scale back on spending in certain areas.
The district delayed purchasing new textbooks for high school students. They also rotated certain AP courses and placed more students in each class.
We had a science reduction, which just meant bigger class sizes, and any high school principal will tell you most labs are set up for 24 students, and that becomes a safety thing, and so there's going to be some sections where we're at 26, 27, more students than lab spaces. If we have to be looking at making some sizable cuts again for next year, then we probably are talking about entire classes or programs.
The budget is now going back to voters in November. They're asking for a non-recurring operational referendum that will give the school $2.5 million per year for 4 years. The district estimates the referendum will cost taxpayers $6 per $100,000 of assessed property value for residents.
We're going back to the community for the benefit of our students, and we're giving it another shot.
Reporting in Merrill, Jessica Jukic, Newswatch 12.
Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, a nicer day today, but I hear there's some rain in the forecast.
Yes, exactly that. It was a beautiful day out there. Lots of sunshine, but more rain is in the forecast. Today, though, we had temperatures in the mid to upper 70s across the region, even some 80s up north by Ashland, Superior, same thing in the UP. A couple of locations down south, Eau Claire, Wapaka, in the 80s. So it was a pleasant day out there today all across the state. Right now we've cooled down a bit. We have lots of clearing, mostly clear skies all across the area, and that's why we're starting to cool down into the 50s, a couple of 60s out there, 61 in Rhinelander right now, but we'll continue to cool off into those 50s. So it's not going to be as cool as we had yesterday morning, but it is going to be a little bit more on the milder, and temperatures tomorrow are gonna be warm once again in the 70s and a couple of 80s out there once again. We are in the clear right now. Tomorrow, couple of scattered showers and maybe a thunderstorm out there. Temperatures are gonna be hovering in the mid 50s tonight. Morgan?
Outbursts from the suspect who killed 6 people at a Waukesha Christmas parade ended court proceedings today for a short time. Darrell Brooks was reprimanded by a judge for sleeping in court. Prosecutors brought up the issue during court proceedings, saying Brooks had been asleep in court for roughly 40 minutes. As the judge in the case addressed Brooks, he began shouting and was removed by the courtroom from deputies. The judge ordered a brief break before starting the proceedings where Brooks was present. The Woodruff teen who made threats against 2 Northwood schools will have his bond lowered. Adam Bauman has been jailed since being arrested on June 7th. He was being held on a $50,000 bond. At a hearing yesterday, Judge Michael Bloom amended that to a $5,000 signature bond. However, in order for that release to happen, several conditions must be met. Bauman must live with his grandfather with a 6 p.m. curfew. While free, he's ordered to have no contact with school officials in Oneida County. He also can't possess firearms and access the internet. Bauman is expected back in court again next week. Today, the Northwoods Honor Guard visited Print Pack in Rhinelander to hold a demonstration in front of its military flags. Plant manager Patrick Marcourt is a veteran himself. He leads the demonstration and presented the Honor Guard with a donation.
This occasion is really to bring an awareness that we actually have a Northwoods Honor Guard in the community that goes out and spends their time and their dedication on service and veterans during their funerals.
Marcourt presented the Honor Guard with a check for $1,000 for their dedication to fellow veterans. Marcourt also announced that Print Pack has chosen the Northwoods Honor Guard to be the recipient of their Supplier Associates Golf Outing fundraiser. A federal program giving students access to free school meals is ending, impacting around 10 million children. But that won't happen for students in the Northwoods School District. For the next 4 years in Rhinelander, the district will provide free breakfast and lunch for elementary students. Newswatch 12's Muhammad Abdul Kawi has the story.
The last 2 years, we've had the program through the USDA where everyone could eat for free, and then that went away this summer.
Thousands of children will be heading back to school next week, and many of them will have to go back to paying for school meals. But Patricia Caraba, Rhinelander's food service director, says elementary students in the school district won't have to worry.
The district has chosen to participate in what they call the Community Eligibility Provision. It's a CEP program, and the elementaries will be able to, they're involved in this program, and all the children in the elementaries will be able to eat free breakfast and free lunch.
With inflation peaking, Eric Burke, the Rhinelander School District Superintendent, says programs like these can go a long way to help families out.
I think at a time the state and the country is trying to help support families that are in need, and this is one way that they're doing it, is helping support families that are in need.
Students in elementary school are typically in class for about 7 hours, which makes consuming food important because it provides them with energy to function throughout the day.
When a child is hungry, they're not going to learn as well. So it's really a great opportunity to fulfill their needs and give them brain food, you can call it, so that they can function throughout the day and become educated.
And for Eric and Patricia, they hope that many will benefit from the program for years to come.
I think it's a good thing for our families. Again, it helps support all families, and so it's a good thing.
It will help them so much to know that their children are being fed a nutritious meal served by wonderful ladies and men within the program, and they don't have to pay for it. And that is just such a huge blessing for all those families.
Reporting in Rhinelander, Muhammad Abdul Kawi, Newswatch 12.
The School District of Rhinelander isn't only trying to help provide students with free breakfast and lunch, they're also providing students with school supplies this semester. A Northwoods library is getting ready for its biggest event of the year. Coming up, how the library hopes to fundraise using displays and activities. That's right after weather, right here on Newswatch 12.